on?
I'm the one that called.
Hey, stop yelling. Why are you yelling at me?
A neighbor walks onto an elderly couple's property and insists the ground beneath their feet isn't really theirs. And what begins as a simple boundary dispute slowly turns into confrontation. The couple holds their ground, and when officers arrive, the body cam captures the moment the tone finally shifts. A clear line is drawn, and it changes how the situation ends. If you follow real police encounters like this, hit like, subscribe, and join the community. On July 5th, 2025, police officers were called to an elderly couple's home that had a dispute with their neighbor over property line issues. What the couple said next made it clear this was no ordinary call.
What's going on?
I'm the one that called.
Hi, Bobby. What's going on?
Well, come on up.
Get comfortable.
So, the neighbor, he's over here, had been over here twice today, and I witnessed. I witnessed it twice, where he's over here cussing them out about property line issue. When they moved, when he bought the house, apparently, when he bought that house 4 years ago, they asked permission to use a little piece of the back, because they wanted to set. They have no backyard, basically. They wanted a place they could set, and they set. So then he decided he was going to put up a fence this year, and he told them he was going to run it right down off of their house. And they said, we don't have permission to do that. He showed him where the property line was, and then he was, because he said, well, why is the property line there? It didn't need to be there. It's nothing to do with them. There's a property pin out there.
Mm-hmm.
But he was over here, and this time he was carrying a saw with him, and he shit at him and was flailing around, and I decided to come over here, and I asked him to leave. And he said he wasn't afraid of my ass. And I'm like, well, I don't want you to argue with me. I just want you to leave. If you don't leave, I'm going to call the police.
Okay.
So I called the police. So as far as I'm concerned, he was threatening me at that point.
Him coming over here and just with her here and cussing up a storm.
Yeah.
Effing this and effing that, and you doing it, and Jesus Christ.
He was arguing with you guys over the property line?
Yeah, and he said we should have known it. And, well, we did. We talked to him about it and got all that straightened out. But he's been back and forth, and he'll say something and get all wild again and try to talk to him. You can't, whatever you say, you're wrong.
Okay. Do you have any arguments with him before, or any issues with him before?
Yeah, the truth of the matter is, his ex-wife, who lives there, comes and mows their grass and helps them out.
They use our mower. This is when he said that we use his property. Well, we're using his property to mow his grass. That's where we was on his property. And of course, the issue back here, it's just a big empty spot, and they're not, that's fine to use. So, I mean, it's a long.
Yeah.
They had a fence up along their backyard, and there was this open space.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked him, he said when he moved in, he went over and stood in his living room, asked permission to use that space so they could put lawn chairs out there. And you can see what he did out there.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, after 4 years, this guy says he wants to put a fence up there.
I told him, I said, I'll mow your yard. He said, do I want to pay you for it? I said, no, I don't pay you for it. Just a little yard here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I got to the place where I can't do it. His wife come out and volunteered, or his ex-wife come out and volunteered to mow it for me. So they used my mower and everything. And now he says he mowed it. You know, he mows it all the time, you know.
Well, just because he mows it don't mean it belongs to him.
Huh?
He said just because he mows it don't mean it belongs to him.
No.
Okay, let me go over here and see what's going on with him, okay?
They explained that years earlier they'd let the neighbor use part of their yard as an act of goodwill, but as officers walked over to speak with him, it became clear that goodwill was gone, and what happened next would change the tone of the encounter entirely.
Hey! Stop yelling! Why are you yelling at him? Okay, this is the whole reason we got called out here.
Cool.
What's the problem with the property line?
I went over to tell them where the property line was because I just saw it and found out on the auditor's website, and then that wasn't really received well, and then they offered to forgive me, which really pissed me off. But I'm like, you've been taking the largest portion of my yard.
Pissed you off that they offered to forgive you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and I see that you don't really understand that either, but I haven't done anything wrong.
Okay.
They were taking over a large portion of my yard and then offered to forgive me.
Okay.
Would that not bother you?
So there's two different stories here. They're saying
but theirs is the incorrect one.
Okay, right, of course, always.
As the conversation escalated, the officer made it clear, stay off the couple's property, keep your voice down, or it would count as disorderly conduct. Any boundary disputes needed to be handled legally with a proper survey.
So you're going to have to get a survey, okay? Because if it is on his property, he can tear it down.
I never said I would tear it down.
Okay?
Cool.
That being said, don't go over there anymore. I'm not sure why you're out here yelling and cussing anyway, right?
Saying the legal thing is just
Right?
I can tell you the way.
I don't really like talking to you.
I don't care if you like it or not.
I know, but you're just like genuinely unpleasant.
First thing you did when I walked up here is start screaming at them.
That's not true. If you feel like you have a strange definition of screaming, then.
That's the first thing you did when I walked up here to talk to you about it.
So you're going to qualify that as screaming.
So, right. So you're being warned for disorderly conduct.
Awesome.
There's no reason for you to be over there. Like he just explained to you, what you need to do is have it surveyed.
Mm-hmm.
Have it surveyed. Legal document.
So the auditor's website isn't good enough?
There's an actual survey. Now, where we're getting involved is disorderly conduct. Screaming, hey, you have to mess across the property line, that's disorderly.
Yeah. So nobody did that.
You did. I watched it.
No, I didn't. Did I say? I didn't say. You just implied.
You were screaming as soon as I walked up
You are
here.
wrong. What?
You were yelling at him.
How do you qualify that as screaming?
Listen. You're
That's
being
not
warned.
screaming.
Listen, you're being warned for disorderly conduct.
Awesome.
Stop yelling at them.
I'm not yelling.
If we have to come back out here, you're going to be charged. Do you understand that?
Great.
Come out. You're obviously handcuffed, man. I don't want you to go to jail. Okay?
I've been there before.
I know. I don't want you to go to jail. Is it just a warning for disorderly?
Yeah, but I need his information.
All right. Samuel.
Sam what?
Samuel.
What's
I
your
don't know his date
social?
of birth. Good.
Yeah.
Hey. Madeline here?
Nope.
Just come around me for a bit.
Yeah. We're done. He's been warned.
Meanwhile, back at the couple's porch, officers explain what happens next.
Probably would be right over there.
If it's happening.
So, yeah, come back up here. Here's what I'm gonna say. If you want to come over here because he's being the way that he's being, you can come over here. Try not to engage with him.
I
If
told
he
him.
does,
I didn't want to argue with him. I said, just leave. Or I'm going to call the police.
they have to tell him to leave because it's their
He did.
property.
He told him to
Okay,
leave.
perfect.
Several times.
So he's been warned for disorderly conduct. Okay? If he continues to yell or come onto your property, call us back.
That's what I just told him. I
Okay.
said, don't engage with him. Don't talk to him. Just call 911.
You know where the property line is.
No, we
If
don't.
you-
But we don't listen. We don't deal with the property lines, and he's been told that you guys are gonna have it surveyed because if not, and he does build a fence on your property, you can tear it down.
Well, the thing of it is you could go, I'm just saying, you could go back there and his fence where it comes this way. With a picket fence.
They can't really deal with that.
I know, but there's a stake right there, that's proper.
Yeah, he showed him the stake, and then the guy wanted to argue with him about where it's
Well, see, when he bought the place, he just had bought the place, and I talked to him in the living room all over the day, and I told him I know where we had 15 inches down the side of the house, and I said, could I just use that little corner for a picnic area, And so I built that all in there, put that fence all up and everything, and
It
things.
really improved them.
And so when he said he was going to put a fence up, so I decided, well, he's going to put a fence clear to the back of his property.
And he told us this morning.
I just
that
started
we could
moving
have
that
a
out.
fence
He's-
and take it down. So if he tries to say later that we ruined his looks, we told us to.
Okay.
I have to go
Yep, you're good.
because I'm going out of town.
You're
to go
good.
play.
But
And,
like I told him, if he comes back
yeah,
or he
yeah.
starts yelling or anything like that, give us a call. We'll come back out.
And their son's coming over, I think.
Okay. Good deal.
And I'm just,
Tell them not to go over there and start anything either.
right.
Okay.
No, I don't think there's been any of them starting anything.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But if somebody was talking to you guys, if somebody's talking to my parents that way, I probably wouldn't be very happy about it either.
Right.
So,
And he asked me to come over here and make sure that nothing's
yeah.
happening.
Well,
No,
he's
you're
been
fine.
looking out for me.
Yeah,
I've only been here 4 years in June,
Mhm.
and he's been watching out. I've taken him to the hospital and stuff, and I can't drive him.
All right. Like I said, if he comes back here, give us a call. He's already been
Thank
warned
you,
once. Oh, yes, sir.
By the end of the encounter, the man received a disorderly conduct warning. Clearly, his anger got the best of him, and he should have just followed proper procedure to build a fence and avoid encroaching on the couple's property. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more real body cam stories.